What's up? TWOSUN in the box. Needs to come out of there so we can check it in and check it out. How about it? Man, I like me some TWOSUNs. Okay. I've been looking for this one. This was just one of those odd... I think it's a budget knife. D2... TWOSUN MICARTA. I'm gonna look over here at my notes real quick. I think I got a note on this. Yeah, let's see. Okay, it is a TS369 in MICARTA and titanium. It's got a front flipper. It's got the big TWOSUN flipper studs, titanium pocket clip, and a quart of oil. So let's get all this wrapped up. Let's get it wiped off. And then we can take a closer look. Then we'll get it checked in. Yeah. So this one caught my eye form-wise. There's just something about this one visually. And it's kind of a chunker. Feels kind of heavy. Let's get rid of this dude. It's almost time to retire that guy. Get a new one. Hey, let's get this out of here. Let's look at the total package. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I can already tell you, stay put. If you're looking for a reasonable EDC, reasonably priced, good materials, titanium, MICARTA. I mean, we'll see how the clip runs, but on first looks, it's got plenty of room here. I'm pretty sure it's going to handle thick and thin material. It's got nice grip. Jimping on the back. Can also choke up in there. I mean, yeah, I mean, visually, that was doing it for me. Looking at it, I just thought, you know what? I like the way that looks. Let's see what this does. Yeah, very nice. Check out the badging on the back. What we got? Ooh. TS. Man, that's hard to see. TS369 in D2 Jelly Jerry design. I mean, good action. I do like this blade shape. Well, hey, let's get in it. We'll clean it up. Oh, come on, man. That ain't good. There we go. And get it completely checked in, and then we'll check it out. I think there's some Loctite on that. I've seen quite a... Ooh, that was ready to fall out. Okay. And without a doubt, that pocket clip's got to be part of the process, because... just because of where it's sitting, I'm not going to be a fan of the pocket clip structure. And just because it's recessed into MICARTA, I can see it right here. But it does have a lot of shape. And that spacer that screw is into is very tight. It's not wanting to let go. I mean, it's tight, like tight. put some pressure in there with my thumb and screw backwards so I can feel it coming apart. There it is. Okay. Just a little manipulation. We made it happen. I mean, I got to get under there and look because it wasn't super oily. Man, it was ready to fall off anyway. So it was either tighten it or take it off. Let's take it off and, yeah, let's get rid of all this oil from underneath there. I knew. Somehow I knew. I know it's amazing. It's like I've got some kind of vision or something. It's like, how's he do it? How did he know? I just knew, man. Instincts, I guess, you know. Ooh, what was that? There's a screw from something. Must have been on the screwdriver. That's what it was. It was stuck to the magnet. All right, let's get this off because we got to get them scales off. Yeah, because there's oil under every piece. Another not so tight screw. There we go. Wonder if that needed to come off. All right. It's got internal stop pins. It's got these big aggressive thumb studs. It doesn't appear to be dirty, but it surely is oily. So let's get it cleaned up. You'd think I could do this in record time, but I can't explain it, man, but it always seems to be a process. Really nice blade overall. The satin finish on there, the look of that is wonderful. Very nice. Wonder if I'm going to get this collar out of here. Doesn't appear so. Let me try it from the other side. Yep. And the only reason I couldn't is because there's oil under it. And the oil was creating some suction, holding that down. Really nice, lightweight titanium scale. A little bit of relief in here. Cut into it. Not a lot, but a little bit. No real relief cut on the lock side. Lots of oil over here in the pivot area under these collars. That's all right. We got them out. I guess this is a little relief cut here. Small one up in this thick bolster area. Same as this one. Doesn't have a well, I guess the scale is over travel stop on this. Okay. Almost there. I got to be careful with these towels because these gray ones, see, I like the yellow ones because you can visually see when the towel's getting kind of overworked. With these gray ones, and I've got some dark blue ones, you know, they're just different colors. I mentioned this a long time ago, but I just buy a big bulk of these at Sam's Club. You know, you get like, I don't know, 25 or 30 of them for like 12 bucks or something, and man, they just do such a great job cleaning knives and firearms. You know, they just absorb everything they touch. And so if you run them over stuff, they don't leave lint behind, especially after you wash them. But so I just find them really good for doing that kind of work. I'm going to start by putting this scale back on and getting that tiny screw in it. We'll probably put a little tension on it this time because it really didn't have any that first time. There we go. And let's get our captured pivot pin, a little D pin. Oh, yeah, it stalled me, but it's because I'd had a collar anyways. You know what? I didn't clean any of these little parts. Let me clean them off real quick before I go sticking them back in there and they're all oily. Yeah, so, I mean, it's kind of a stupid thing, but these towels are awesome. I also have bought them off of AliExpress. They sell big packs of them for super cheap. And, but I like Sam's, man. I go there anyways. And, you know, water, this time of year, it's hot, man. So cases of water there are only like $2.30 or something for a whole case of water. I mean, it's the best price that I can find on water. So, yeah, I'm a Sam's Club fan. I mean, I guess it is kind of true. You go there and just buy cases of stuff. Here, I almost did it again, putting that back together without one of these collars. I wonder, is that a titanium collar? Cool. Cool. But yeah, I mean, you end up buying stuff in bulk. I am a fan of their meat too. I like their meat department. Good prices on steaks and chicken. Oh, they're boneless chicken thighs. Come on. Man, I found them one time and it is a way to go for chicken. That's a fact. What am I missing? Here we go. Got me thinking about chicken. So, hey, here's a side note. I've kind of been complaining about DH Gate lately. I like AliExpress, but DH Gate has gotten really complicated trying to dispute when you don't get a product. You know, I get about half of the products and then about half of them don't show up. They appear to me to clearly be listing things at a cheap price and with no real intention of supplying the product. And I guess that's kind of my fault. Just because of the price, I probably should know better. It's like, this isn't a legit deal. Like, it's that, you know, nothing's free. Like, you should know. If it's that cheap, it's not a legit deal. So there's probably a cautionary tale there. But sometimes the pricing's so good on some of that you're just like, man, if I could get it for that, I got to try. Well, then you end up having to dispute it because it ain't coming. There's no way you're getting it at that price, you know, whatever the deal is. And so then you got to dispute it and run through their system. Well, I do want to mention that in the end, the only real issue was me being impatient. And I think that's what happens. You start worrying about your money and thinking that it's not going to get resolved. And, you know, in my case, then I'm complaining. I'm kind of reaching out and I'm going, you know, or at least on my platform, I'm saying, yeah, you got to be careful of those guys. Well, in the end, the process wasn't hard. It's just a process. You know, they're going to make you, you know, talk to the seller or try to communicate with the seller. And it's like, well, the seller's not communicating. They haven't responded. But it's a process. They're going to make sure that all that happens. Well, and in the end, just like every other time I've ever had to do it, they very simply just refunded my money. It's just in the process, you start to feel like I might not get my money back. And so when that happens, then I question the whole thing. And in fact, they just have a process. And I think what they're trying to ensure is that because shipping can take so long from China to America. I think they're just trying to ensure that people don't get impatient and then cancel orders that somebody has shipped and put on a boat. Like, it's going to be, a month-long process sometimes. And so they don't want somebody getting impatient at 2 weeks and then saying, you know what, just cancel my order. And it's like, well, I can't do that. They packaged it, they shipped it, shipping's been paid for. There's no way out of it. Once it's been shipped, you can't just take it back. So that screw's spinning on me. And I think that's why it was loose before. They didn't take the time to lock down that other side, but I will. Let me get that locked down, and then we can stop that from rotating. Get that to cinch down. There we go. I mean, it was pretty darn close. Didn't need much. Yeah, so in the end, my faith has been restored in DH Gate, and I've got a couple items on order with them that I'm waiting on now. Oh, that action, man. Watch this thing. It's going to drop. Oh, so nice. It's got a great detent. Better check for play before I go putting all my tools and stuff away. Yeah, it's solid as a rock. Solid. I think that's old disco tune. Solid as a rock. I don't know. Believe it or not, I was never a disco person, even when disco was the thing to be. I know that's hard to believe, but yeah, wasn't me. Shocking, right? It's like, say it ain't so, man. All right, here we go. TS369 in D2. Titanium bolsters, titanium pocket clip, and titanium liners. So all kinds of titanium. Everything's titanium here, except for these MICARTA scales, and they're done exceptionally well, really well fit. Which TWOSUN does a great job with their fit and finish. They really do. Like, all this is fit really nice. It's all knocked off, smooth, comfortable. So this action, let's sum that up. I mean, it's definitely an A. I mean, it's pretty close to an A+. That's what my silence is about. Like, I'm trying to find fault in it. Like, I got to knock it down from the best. Because an A+ would be like, it can't be any better. It's up there with the best action in the knives I have. And sometimes these TWOSUNs, hey, listen, I'm going to throw it out. Sometimes these TWOSUNs have great action just because they're so big and bulky. Lots of blade stock, and they're just heavy. And so when you're running the action, it's like, yeah, it's dropped shut and it's doing all that. But you can tell. I mean, you handle a lot of knives and you can go, well, it's not because there's great tuning and great action. It's just a big hulking knife, and you can kind of feel the cheapness in it, I guess is what I'm saying. Well, that ain't this. Yeah, I mean, I illustrated all that to say all of that is not this. This feels like a quality piece of machinery with quality action. Yeah, this thing feels great. I mean, yeah, I'm going to say A+ on the action. It's a A to an A+. It's in there. I don't know what could make it better, because it is drop shut I mean, I'm going to check that play again. So I haven't explained it in a while, but on this play, I'm checking it closed, just kind of rocking side to side to see if there's any kind of play in there. But when I open it, I'm twisting the knife this way, I'm going back and forth this way, and I'm going this way. Like all of those motions, I'm looking to see if I have any play with the detent not creating, or the lock not creating pressure on the back of the blade, which can help lock a blade up. So if I'm tight without that lock on there, then I'm confident that when I'm locked, I'm definitely going to be tight. And this thing, whew, lock up on that lock, 30% maybe. Yeah, this thing, shoo, nice. All right, ergonomics. Wipe all them fingerprints off. That blade is stunning. But yeah, it's fingerprinty. You go putting your fingerprints on it, you're gonna mark it up. But it is beautiful. Yeah, just wonderful. I dig it, man. I like it. I like it. All right, ergonomics. So it's got a great cutout here. There's no jimping or anything tough in there, but it's a deep slot for that front finger. Very confident down in there. Good, fairly aggressive jimping on the spine to lock in the thumb. And then the other three fingers just lay in the swoop perfectly. The pocket clip's down there, under there, but it's so smoothed and knocked off, and just such a nice wide platform there that there's nothing hot about it whatsoever. Very comfortable. Excellent grip, and definitely confident. Confident, very confident, not so confident. Well, this thing's definitely confident, and it's leaning towards the upper side of this scale. Very good grip here. Even in wet environments, I believe I could maintain a grip here. So one of the things that I'm kind of interested in, and I'm going to kind of start doing, is this knife glove friendly? So I can tell you that this locked in feel is even better with a pair of good gloves on. Let's run that action and see if I can function this knife with a pair of leather gloves on. I've got some winter ones that have a little insulation in them. These are summer gloves. But yeah. Now I don't know if I would deploy that like that with gloves on. I probably would get it out of my pocket and just thumb flick that. And so very confident grip. Definitely works with gloved hands. Let's check the pocket clip. Yeah, I like that. Man, this knife is showing off. All right, here we go. If we can get the thick stuff, the thin stuff's going to be great. Whoop. Yeah, all the way up, and even folded it over. So nice grip. Clicks on the way out. Going to do the same on the thin. Yep, nice grip, one-handed operation. My favorite spot back here in this back right pocket towards the front. Yeah, runs. Thing's money. So the pocket clips have passed. Let's check for safety. I can barely touch just the very tip of that blade right there. I would have to work to cut myself. So I'm going to say meh on the safety on the back. I'm not going to fail it, but hey, you can touch it if you work, if you reach for it. Am I saying that because I like the knife? Maybe. All right, so let's say I didn't really like the knife. That's a fail. I mean, I could touch it. I could touch it. If you reached in your pocket, like nobody plans to cut themselves on an exposed blade in a pocket. Like you don't plan it. You don't, you're not sloppy. And well, if you were more careful, like, I mean, that's the perfect, that's the purpose of the scales and the, you know, like I go over this and over this and over this because I just run into it all the time. I can't help it, y'all. I'm sorry, but it's not me being careless or sloppy if I reach in there and cut myself on the blade. It's unfortunate that the blade is exposed in this knife in my pocket. So, all right, I'm going to back up. I really dig this knife, and I'm still going to dig it after this review, even with this character defect, man. It just has one. That's a fail. You could touch the blade there. I almost threw my integrity out the window for a knife I like, man. But I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I can't get the tip, but boy, is that close. I mean, it looks like contact, but I can't get it. So the tip's a pass, the pocket clip's a pass, the back blade between the scales is a fail. Yeah. Oh, I'm stupid, man. I'm so stupid. Does it cut? I mean, I'm entertaining myself at y'all's expense. Yeah, come on. This thing's wicked sharp. All right. Price and availability. There is, at the time of this video, which is way in the past, but at the time of this video, there is currently at least one auction going with D-Win for this version of this knife, coming direct from TWOSUN. But White Mountain Knives has 4 versions of this. There's 3 anodized versions that, with the 10% code that's down below, DM10, will get you right around $80 for the anodized version. There's like black and purple and a green. And so the titanium's anodized. I believe the backspacer and the pocket clip are as well. And then the plain titanium version like this one is around $75. It's a little less. Not a lot less, just a little bit. But I think they're charging you like $5 to get the anodized version, which truthfully, I love black anodized. So it takes a higher charge and some chemicals or something. Man, I don't know, but yeah, that black, it's attractive even in the pictures. So at a live auction, I got this for right at like $70. So a little less than all of that. And, you know, that's my purpose. I'm not looking to steal them, but I am looking to save a little money running through the auction site. So anyways, TWOSUN TS369. Yeah, D2 steel, MICARTA titanium. Appreciate you watching.